In any form of bankruptcy case, one of the questions we will ask you is whether or not someone has passed away before the time we are filing your case, and you have received or will receive some form of an inheritance. This may be life insurance money that you have been paid or that is due to you. It may be that you have a share of an estate along with other people. It may be that you have inherited an interest in real estate. Anything that you have inherited, if that person has died before you filed your case, this is one of your assets. This is an asset that can be used to pay your debts. It doesn't matter that the land is still in the original owner's name or that it hasn't been sold. It doesn't matter if there is a probate case that is not being concluded very fast. If someone has passed away before you file a bankruptcy case, what you will receive from that estate is part of your bankruptcy property and can be used to pay your debts. We see this occasionally, most frequently with people who have had someone pass away and a piece of land has never been divided. A home or some farmland or some mountain land still belongs to the family. Well, it belongs to you. If you're one of the heirs, it does belong to you, and it has to be disclosed in your bankruptcy case. Please tell us if you have any inherited property. Your fresh start essentially begins once you file your case. Although it is not officially determined until you receive your order of discharge, some 3.5 or 4 months later, your debts are suspended at the moment we file your case, and your creditors are prohibited from trying to collect money from you. Every debt you owe on the day we file your case is going to be included in your case and will possibly be discharged. As we've discussed in other sections, some debts cannot be discharged, some taxes, alimony, and other obligations. But for the most part, you can expect your debts will be discharged. That only applies to the debts you owe the day we filed the case. If 5 days after we file your case you incur new debts, say through an accident and a trip to the hospital, those are new debts. They are not included in your bankruptcy case. You would have to let us know that something like that has happened so we can make special provisions in your situation. Although any debt incurred after the day you file is a new debt, that same rule applies to your possessions. The possessions that you have to report and that the bankruptcy trustee can parse over and decide whether or not there are assets that he can use to sell and pay your creditors are limited to what you owned or was due to you the day you filed your case. If you had a claim for compensation the day you filed your case, that is in your bankruptcy case, whether you've received the compensation or not. But if you get something truly new after the day you file your case, that is not part of your bankruptcy case. For example, if a week after you filed your case, a family member gave you a car and titled it to you and it's worth $10,000, you would keep it. It's not part of your case. The bankruptcy trustee can't take that car because you did not have it the day you filed your case. That would be true if you went to the flea market and discovered some item that you purchased cheap and found out it was worth a whole lot of money. You would keep the item, or you can sell it and keep the money. The fact that you acquired this item after you filed your case means it's not part of your case and can't be used to pay your debts. I mean, let's just get crazy. What if you won a lottery prize? After you filed your bankruptcy case, if you went to the store and bought a ticket and won $100,000, you would keep that. Things you get after you file your case that you did not have before, that you weren't entitled to before, that are truly new, you get to keep. There is one terrible exception to that rule. We do see this on occasion, and this is truly a tragedy. If within 180 days of the time you commenced your bankruptcy case, that's about 6 months, if someone were to pass away and you were going to receive life insurance benefits or any kind of inheritance of anything, that is part of your bankruptcy case and it can be used to pay your debts. If in the 180 days after you file your case someone were to die, you would need to notify us immediately so that we can determine how that is going to affect you. That's a terrible circumstance, and I have seen it happen in my years of practice, and it's always the worst thing I can think of to happen.